Stories help the mind to travel miles, see places, and gain new experiences. At Joeve Media, we tell you stories in the most brilliant way using state-of-the-art equipment. Our range of services include documentaries, TV commercials, TV series, movie productions, television production, photography, music videos, drone services, graphics design, and many more. Contact us on 024 760 3028 or email joevemedia@gmail.com. You can follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. Joeve Media will deliver your desire.
Good comes to those who lend money generously and conduct their business fairly. Welcome to another wonderful Saturday, and this is Time with Eve Babe on Joeve TV. This is where we get to know what to do to help us to be financially stable. Don't go anywhere. My guest today is someone that is very innovative, very creative. We want to know his story. I know we'll get something good out of his story to motivate us, to encourage us, to lead us on to be a better person in future. Don't go anywhere. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
News shouldn't be too difficult to access. With your little data, you can get all the informative, educative, and entertaining news right here on Joeve TV. Join me and my guests as we walk you through current affairs, political and social matters, health matters, what's happening in the international front, as well as the sports world. We also have the social tidbit segment.
How often do we take things around as serious? What do you do on your first date? Holding wine glass in public or an event is very important. Why do we make phone calls? This and many more. My name is Don Kiki, host of Social Tidbits.
My name is Abby, and I bring you current trends right here on Joeve TV.
Social Tidbits Society Must Know, coming soon on Joeve TV online.
Current trends, first, best, live. Current trends coming to you soon on Joeve TV.
Starting your own business.
Sure.
And your story.
Right.
Your story about it. I just want to know what motivated you to start your own business. And let's just start from the first one. We don't want to get to the place that you had so much fun and so much. We just want to know the scratch, how you started. What actually motivated you? Why did you start your own business?
Thank you very much, and then good evening, good morning, good afternoon to our viewers, because I know we are watching from various parts of the world, and
Yeah.
their seasons and timings wouldn't definitely be of the same.
Okay.
Starting my own company.
Yeah.
I did for a reason.
Yeah, we want to know.
The journey has not been easy, it's been so tough.
Okay.
But God has been faithful.
Wow, it's always it.
God has been faithful. Before we started, we were very young, and then as young as we were, very energetic and vibrant.
Okay.
Right after school, as a young man completing, you're looking forward to have a work.
Yeah.
Or everybody is expecting you to get something doing, so then at least the whole family will get to know that Asimesi goes and come in. At the end of the month, you're expecting something little to feed on, so that you don't become a burden to family, friends, and then society.
Of course.
So we wrote numerous applications.
Yeah.
We went for numerous interviews. Some were turning us down, some were giving us high hopes. But what made me started my own business was this. One time I went for an interview, and after the interview, I knew for this a set and done. It's a damn deal. Because at the interview, it was great. The interview was great. And indeed, I thought everything was said and done. So right, they brought the necessary documentations for me to sign, so then I know that maybe the next day or the next Monday, I'm starting work. Suddenly from nowhere, this white man, who happens to be the country director of the company, was like, I should hold on.
Wow.
So I was a bit worried. What again does this man want to know that I should hold on? He looked at my face and was like, you look like a pastor. We can't work with you. So there, honestly, I was a bit worried. I was down because hopes were risen to the point that everything, I knew that for this is a done deal. So for him to tell me that you look like a pastor and then we can't work with you.
Why were you in?
I don't know. I was not wearing any regalia,
So
any
why?
castle, clerical or something of that sort. I was in my normal apparel going for an interview, and
Looking smart.
yes, as usual. But it was to my surprise. Seriously, it was to my surprise. So when it happened like that, I took it in good faith.
Wow, you took it
In good faith, yes, because
and you said you were about signing,
yes,
and then
because we
you
had
call
finished
it a
everything.
deal. Was it the second time you
That
were
was the
showing
second
up?
time. Yes,
Oh,
that was the
okay.
second time because
Okay.
the interview had to take place and then they were supposed to call.
Okay.
And with the position too, it was something very well to do. So I knew say at least if you be there, if I should get that appointment, if you be there, young boy after tertiary, looking up to. Even though we were doing petty stuffs way back on campus and then all that. So when it happened, honestly, it was a big blow. But I sat down, when I came back, I sat down and I was like, no, this is to challenge me to take a bold step.
I like that.
So from there, I went through my documents and then my certificates and all that, and I was like, no. In school, we were taught entrepreneurship. But my greatest motivation was my grandmother and then my mom.
Wow. What did they do?
My grandmom was a trader.
Okay.
My mom was also a beautician and then a trader as well. When I say today beautician, but then she was a hairdresser. Yes.
Of course.
Sure. But then she was a hairdresser.
Yeah.
And my grandmom was a trader. She was doing this market stuff. She sells swords. And then she does this puto, you know,
Yeah,
the
that
handmade type. Yes. So before we go to school, in the morning, we do house to house. We go around with the swords. And then we ask those who want to buy it and that stuff. So we sell in the morning. Then when we come back from school, we go for the money.
Okay.
Yeah, so
So
it was
was it
more
a
or less,
short
it was
time
more,
or credit
yes,
you were
it
giving
was
to
very
them?
good. It was more or less like delivering in the morning, and then you take your money in the
went
afternoon.
in the afternoon.
Very good. So we learned from that angle,
Okay.
and then along the line, mommy also started selling charcoal,
Okay.
and then she was doing the hairdressing too as well. So I learned the sales and then business from these two people,
Okay.
and then as we grew, we were picking up. We were picking up before it got to the peak where OJ has become OJ today. So it was the white man's speech.
That
We
he
can't work with you. That was
You
what
are a
motivated
pastor.
me.
With someone that would have told the person that maybe you have to go into pastoral ministry.
fully.
Yeah. But it was not your case.
You know,
You've got the idea to start your own
yes,
business
sure.
rather.
Ministry is there, but then Bible also says and say Juma in the day. And as young as I am then, I was not thinking that I would be called into full-time ministry straight away like that. At least as a young man, I should get some plasma, some TV, some couch, some stuff like that to beautify my room. So I wanted to do something little before. If I would concentrate and then look at ministry, I look at ministry along the line. Even though the call was there, We were then.
Oh, okay.
Yes,
so the white
call,
man was not saying anything.
he was not just saying anything like that, but
The call was there.
it was
So
there. He was telling
was
me
in the
something
spirit.
very good. He was telling me something, but then I was also looking at it from this angle that because when I met him,
Yeah.
he was smoking and then drinking whiskey at the same time.
Hey, and he was in the
Yes.
spirit too.
So I was like, oh God, can I really work with these people? Although
Wow.
everything was okay.
Or maybe your facial attitude was giving him some
I
sign that
doubt.
you don't like.
I doubt because the way
environment.
I was eager to sign that contract, looking at the money that I was going to be paid at the end of the
You're
month,
smiling.
Charlie, I had to smile because who know they like money? Everybody they like money.
Yeah.
So I had to smile to it.
Okay.
But then, after the man's speech, honestly, it gave me a push.
Okay.
It really gave me a push. And then that push is what has brought OJ to where we are today.
Okay. So
Yes.
from your presentation, meaning that push, you have been hearing a lot of, you go for interviews, you don't
Sure,
make it.
sure.
But that particular one was just telling you to go into your own business.
Sure.
But not to be applying for. Did you give up, or you think that's...
Honestly, even though when I started doing my own stuff,
Yeah.
I did not give up. I was still writing application letters.
Why?
Because, you know, as young as I am, starting it all like that, without having any huge capital.
Yeah,
Because
we'll come
all
to
along,
that.
I was thinking of, for you to start a business on your own, Charlie, you forget blog.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be huge amount of money, in thousands. No, I never knew I could start something little, and today it will be yielding fruits as it is yielding today. So I never give up. But yes, though, I was still writing for seeking and then looking elsewhere if there was going to be any other opportunity coming from any other source. But then
Okay.
we moved on.
So when you completed school
Sure.
and you started turning in applications, and did you work with someone? Did you get an opportunity to work with someone?
Yes, I had worked with various companies.
Okay.
Yeah. I wouldn't like to mention a lot.
Yeah.
One
no
or
problem.
two. I've
No
been with Greyman. I've been with Anointed Electric House
Okay.
Engineering. I've been with Wire Motors and then other stuffs. But this time I wanted to enter into the corporate because I was doing it on the behind the scenes. We were doing that even when we were in school because that was what was giving us the minor tips and then other stuffs to keep us going.
Yeah.
And with Anointed, we wanted to build the experience before completing school. So we were also doing Anointed.
Like attachment.
Yeah, attachment and then other stuffs like that. Yes.
Okay. And don't you think some of this experience, maybe you got some experience there, and together with the white man's own, that's
Speech.
actually pushed you to start your own business? Maybe a bad experience here and there.
I had some experiences with Anointed.
Okay.
I'm the type that when it's raining, I never want to be out.
Wow.
Yes. It doesn't matter where I find myself. When it's raining, I want to be indoors. So one time there was an assignment we had to move out of Accra to Adeso. And it was raining heavily. It was raining seriously. With that assignment, Anointed had rented out a genset to a production company which is into fruit juice, and then there was a fault, so we had to go and then work on that genset. So my boss then, I was working with Mr. called, and then he was like, John, we are going to Adeso to go and work. And I was like, say, it's raining. I don't think I can go. He was like, I've instructed you, we are going and you are telling me you are not going. Then call Mr. Samuel and then tell him that you are not going to do the work with me.
And
That is the
Mr.
CEO.
Samuel, oh, okay.
So I was like, me know that while I'm here with you, why should I call the overall boss to tell him you are my superior, or if anything, you are the one or you are the best person I can talk to. And you should understand me. It is raining. You not allow your son.
Do you have special reason why you don't want to go out
I
when it's
just don't
raining?
feel comfortable when I'm out there in the training. I'm the type that me I hear kakra. So when it's raining and then I step into mud and that stuff, I feel some kind of itching itches around me and that stuff. So I don't like it when the training to be out there.
But did you explain it to him?
No, I was not able to explain to him. But at a point, as the interview goes on or as the conversation is ongoing, I got to know that even when the training and there is money out there, I have to run out there and then go and make the money.
Yeah.
I have to run out there to go make the
Yes.
money. Even though that thing motivated and then taught me a lesson that, Charlie, to work for someone, sometimes it's not everybody who is supposed to run his or her own company.
Yeah.
Yeah, but sometimes if you have that zeal and that passion to do yours, I think working for someone, sometimes it pushes you, and then some of the unfortunate scenes and the uncertainties that comes motivate you to move out, to take a step on your own.
Okay.
Yes.
So meaning, one of the experience you had, like you just want to be comfortable, like you can
Sure.
you want to go to work
Sure.
when you want to,
Sure.
and stay
Sure.
home when you want to.
Sure. You know, life it's supposed to be lived. Some will say in comfort, others too would say you have to do it the hard way. But even if it's the hard way, it should still be with comfort.
Of course.
Yes.
Of course, it should still be with comfort indeed.
Sure.
And anyway, we are enjoying your story.
Thank
We
you.
are enjoying your
Thank
story,
you.
and I can see my viewers too are enjoying it.
Sure. I
We want to
believe.
know the source of your fun, since you didn't want to, but we'll do that.
Wow.
We are going for a short commercial break. When we come back,
Okay.
we'll go back to that.
Okay.
So viewers, stay tuned. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
News shouldn't be too difficult to access. With your little data, you can get all the informative, educative, and entertaining news right here on Joeve TV. Join me and my guests as we walk you through current affairs, political and social matters, health matters, what's happening in the international front, as well as the sports world. We also have the social tidbit segment.
How often do we take things around as serious? What do you do on your first date? Holding wine glass in public or an event is very important. Why do we make phone calls? This and many more. My name is Don Kiki, host of Social Tidbits.
My name is Abby, and I bring you current trends right here on Joeve TV.
Social Tidbits Society Must Know, coming soon on Joeve TV online.
Current trends, first, best, live. Current trends coming to you soon on Joeve TV.
Welcome from the commercial break. And if you just join us, this is Time with Eve Babe on Joeve TV, brought to you by Joeve Media. If you are wondering what Joeve Media deals in, Joeve Media deals in anything media. That wedding, that documentary. Don't call on any media house, just call on Joeve Media and they will deliver your desire. Today's topic for discussion is starting a business. My story. Today we just want to know the story behind OJ group of companies. And if you just join us, he has taken us through some of the experience, some of the things that motivated him to just start his own business, being his own boss. Okay, so now we just want to know, what was your source of fund? Did you go for loan, or maybe your mom and your grandmother gave you some long-term savings that they've done?
Well, loan, never. And it's something I would never recommend for anybody who wants to start a business to do.
Good.
Loan makes you a slave. You become a slave. So
But it's in the Bible.
I would never recommend loan for anybody. My source of funding, the first business I did, the first very business I did, I worked for a friend and I charged him. And after charging him, that gave me my first capital to start my business.
Okay, was
Yes.
that business, what was that business? Was
Well,
it a business that just needed small capital to
Yeah,
start,
it was a business that needed a small capital to start.
Would you
Yeah.
mind to just tell us?
Okay, it was into sales of yogurt.
Okay.
Sales of.
Was this, so you don't produce it? Someone produces
Yes.
it and you sell
Then
it?
I was not producing.
Okay. So now
But
you are producing
in no
it?
time, we will be producing here in Accra. Because we've gained the franchise from the company to do so. So in no time, we will be doing so very soon in Accra at Kaswa.
Okay.
Yeah. Structure is set, machines are coming, and then we are working on that. So in no time, you start production. So with my first business, I did a business for a friend. And then right after that, I charged him. You know, I MC events.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
I didn't know about that one.
Yeah, I MC events. So I MC the wedding, and then I charged my friend $120.
Wow. Then your friend was rich.
Yeah,
because
$120 then was good money.
Yeah.
And the dad was well to do. Sorry, the dad was really well to do. So I also took advantage of that because I was thinking through, should I ask a friend for money? Should I talk to my siblings or my relatives to seek for funding or stuff like that? And then lo and behold, because my friend knows that I do that, I do it for friends for free, party, wedding, and then stuff like that. I do it and I do it freely. So one time I did a wedding for a friend, and then right after MCing, he was like, Charlie, my wedding is coming on soon, and I'd like you to do the MCing for me. As tiny as I was then. I did it, yes. I did that wedding MCing with Odia Inka Kwame.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
You did it together with him?
With him.
Wow.
Because the lady was directly a relative to their Inkai. And I happened to be the guy's friend.
Okay.
So I did the MCing with him, but I told my friend that, Nana, I will charge you and then you have to pay me for it. Very good. And the wedding too was not in Accra, it was in Koforidua.
Okay.
So we had to go all the way to Koforidua.
Alright.
So I charged him and then he paid. And right as he paid, when I came back, I took off my tithe. After paying my tithe.
That's very necessary.
Seriously. Right after that, I took the decision to start with that. Because I've heard of the product, and then I knew of someone who was also very close to the producer of that product. So I just had to get in touch with the person, and then I told the person that I want to sell the product, so you should help me out with it. But business began.
You've already done your background check on that business that you wanted to venture in.
Yes.
So when you got the money, I
just had to move into it.
Okay, that's very good. And so now, how many companies do you have? Or let me see, how many businesses do you have? Let me put it that way.
We've got sole proprietor businesses and we've got franchise businesses.
Okay.
Yes. With sole proprietor, I'm running 4.
4?
Yes. And then with franchise, I'm doing 5 now. So in all 9.
Wow.
Yes. For now, 9. And we are hoping to add.
Okay. And that's first business, the yogurt buying and selling business. You got that money, that much money to open another company, another business, or?
You know, before I started the yogurt, as I said earlier, when I was doing petty stuffs, because mom was into hairdressing and then selling of charcoal, we graduated. We began selling toiletries, tea roll, Pepsodent, toothbrush, and then stuffs like that. So whatever I was ending with that, a time came I was walking on in the traffic. I was selling tea roll at Nyamecha Junction.
Wow.
So most of the guys know me. I was selling toothpaste with these Kumasi boys who you then come to Accra to sell in a box. So Saturdays I go around. Okay. Sometimes I sell soaps, omo. I enter into homes to do all these things. So all these things were giving me, someone would say, micro chops. And then out of the micro chops, I have a money box that I call my lifetime security.
Wow.
Yes. So that money box was also helping me.
Okay.
I save for maybe 3 months. Then I open the money box. Whatever I earned, I bring into the yoga business. Because it was very young. The business had to grow. And as it was growing, I was moving for programs, events. I mount stands. You come, you see me wearing shorts, t-shirts, and then maybe some baseball cap. You see me holding my baskets. Then I'll be going through the crowd. Selling.
Wow.
One time a man met me and he was like, I know you. Your dad is so and so. Your mom is this person. What are you doing here? Why are you holding this thing? I looked at the man and then I told him that we would talk later on. He didn't know.
Story.
Yes, he didn't know I was building something behind. So I go for programs. One time, Sandra from Multimedia, Adam, she was like, John, unso ye wavy. I was like, yes, we all do it. You saw aside the media work you're doing, you've got other businesses you do. So aside everything you know me to do, I also need to make money. So this is what gives me the money. And man must look good.
Yeah.
So I have to do things that would generate those incomes for me to also look good as well.
All right.
Yes.
So how many staff do you have? Have you employed?
Yes, I've employed workers.
Okay.
With the sole proprietorial businesses, which is 4 in number, I've got 3, 2, and then 2. So I've got with the 4 sole proprietor, I've got 10 workers to talk of.
Is it buying and selling, or you produce something for them to sell?
Well, with the stuff that I do, we've not yet gotten to the point of doing production.
Okay.
Yeah, buy, sell, service. We render services to as well.
Okay.
I have 2 services rendering. I have a parlor that deals with manicure, pedicure, and then that stuff. I have a barbering shop that deals with grooming. Yeah, with the barbering shop, for that I've got 6 workers there. With the barbering shop.
All meals.
All meal. 6. Which is 5 barbers and then 1 shop attendant who does the cleaning and then the receiving.
Okay.
Yeah. And then the fitting shop also runs services. The fitting shop has got 3 workers. And with the 3 workers, 1 happens to be a friend that I brought on board. Because I don't have that time so much to be on the field all the time seeing to that. So he's on board supervising and then seeing to it before the other ones has to do it. The yogurt is still selling. Yogurt is still making waves.
You still have people
Yes,
that sell
I still have
for
people
you.
that sells yogurt.
Okay.
Yeah.
So how do you manage this stuff?
Well,
How do you manage them?
I do with democratic style of leadership when it comes to management. And with that, with the democratic, we have that of to delegate, support, coach, and then you supervise yourself as well. So this is how I manage. With the 4 sole proprietorial businesses, I have days that I check. I have days that I meet staffs and then workers. I check what I have to check. And then records and all that. And then the others too. Aside everything, I teach. So I still have to make time for teaching.
Part-time?
Part-time teaching.
Okay.
Yeah, so I still have to make time for teaching. So I do those ones. And then I delegate. People are there who supervise. They give reports, feedbacks, and then stuff like that. If the need arises that I have to be on the phone myself too, I go there. And I make, your business is your life.
Yeah.
Your business is you. So irrespective of how busy my schedule is, I still have to make time for my business because it's the business that has brought me this far.
Yeah.
So I still do what I have to do for business. So we still check, we monitor.
Let me ask.
Okay.
This is a financial program.
Sure.
Do you have an accountant? Do you have someone that takes care of your finances? For
Sure.
You have someone
Sure.
that takes
Yes. My senior brother is an accountant. The wife is an auditor.
Oh, okay. So
Yes.
they see to
Strict.
every
Strict.
financial
Strict.
needs
Seriously.
that you have.
Seriously.
Okay.
Seriously.
That's very good. And how will you describe your leadership style?
My leadership style, that is what I just said earlier on, that I'm democratic. It's a democratic style of leadership. I do more of delegation. I support, I coach, and then I also help as well myself. So with this 4 style of work, it helps me. Sometimes because we work with human beings, sometimes they see you to be that young and then they try to pull strings and then try to pull waves with you. But you have to be firm with whatever you do. And sometimes, because some of them, you know them and they are a bit close to you, they want to take advantage of that. So you don't go all out yourself. But where you will be, then they do the work for you. You get it? Yes.
Okay.
Then
And
it
I
picks
know
from there.
we usually say that if you are running a business in Ghana and you are not there yourself, it's really difficult for you to grow.
Sure. Sure.
Because some of the staff will just take advantage of your absence.
Sure.
They will just be, if like they're buying and selling, they can just go and buy some from where you buy your
The
stock
direct
from.
stock.
Then they'll come and sell and
They
keep
add.
it. And when you come back, they'll tell you, oh, we've not
They've
made
not
any
made
sales.
sales.
Not made any. Do you face that challenge?
I would say yes, in a way, and I would still also say no.
Okay.
So it's two things here. With the buying and selling, the products that I deal with buying and selling, there's a direct something. Until I place order with my end, stock doesn't come.
You've spoken to them?
Yes. And any product that enters my place has to come with vouchers and then receipts. By this, everything, it's also on record.
Okay.
We monitor through we have a system we use in monitoring. So everything that leaves the shop has to go through the system. CCTV cameras, security measures are also put in place, and it's really, these are the things that is really keeping the business on track. Aside that, although we are human beings, we would have our flaws one way or the other. People would sometimes try to look smart, but still, those measures are measures that you can't go by, because I'm very strict when it comes to these things. And when the auditors come, we don't do family stuffs when it comes to auditing. It is straight. So whatever they have at the shop, they see to it that. That is why I said invoice, receipts, and then all those things. They see to it and then they go strictly by that. So if some of my workers would be playing smartness, then it will be difficult. But you know, wherever you get the 1,000 masses, you will get to wonder what.
Yeah.
Definitely. I recently had an experience. And right away, with the way things were going, I had to expel the person. So we pushed. Sure. And you know, we are aiming at a particular target, and we've not gotten there yet.
Yeah.
We want to get to a point where you talk about sales, you talk about exchanging goods and then stuff. You make mention of OJ. And we've not hit that point yet. Yes, we've not gotten to that point. So still, we're working hard to achieve that. Right. So once we see stuff like that, we just have to pull them out and then we push on with what we're doing.
Okay. Thank you very much. And
welcome.
Viewers, I hope you've gotten some gist from it. He mentioned CCT, and meaning you are not there, so you just want
footage,
the
security.
Footage, so that when you are less busy, you can just
go
through it.
Sure.
It's very, very important. And
Joeve,
he had someone that takes care of the finance for him. Because some of this business, if you don't get a finance person, someone that can manage your finance for you very well, someone that can come in, like when the auditors come, they come with some sort of some fear. So even if you are doing something wrong, with the idea that auditors are coming, it
puts some kind of load and then fear. So that
anything that you are doing wrong, you just start to correct them before they come on.
And you see, one fortunate thing is, when the auditors come around, it helps you to know what is also going on in your absence.
Yeah, because they'll go through
everything. Yes, everything. So definitely. And you know, because it's their profession, they dive deep.
Yeah.
And they know the schemes and then the way people try to maneuver in manipulating figures and then stuff like that. So they really help. They really help. Sure.
Thank you very much. And viewers, we are going for a quick commercial break. Don't go anywhere, stay tuned. When we come back, we are going to the quote segment.
News shouldn't be too difficult to access. With your little data, you can get all the informative, educative, and entertaining news right here on Joeve TV. Join me and my guests as we walk you through current affairs, political and social matters, health matters, what's happening in the international front, as well as the sports world. We also have the social tidbit segment.
How often do we take things around as serious? What do you do on your first date? Holding wine glass in public or an event is very important. Why do we make phone calls? This and many more. My name is Don Kiki, host of Social Tidbits.
My name is Abby, and I bring you current trends right here on Joeve TV.
Social Tidbits Society Must Know, coming soon on Joeve TV online.
Current trends, first, best, live. Current trends coming to you soon on Joeve TV.
Welcome back from the commercial break. And if you just join us, this is Time with Eve Babe on Joeve TV. And topic for discussion today is starting a business, my story. That is Mr. Olugu's story. And we've really enjoyed his story and we've taken a lot of gist from it. And we'll look sharp. Business owners will look sharp. And if you just join us, I always start my show with a quote. And this is the quote segment. So I'll read the quote again for you so that we'll just digest it. We just want Mr. Olugu to share his view on the quote. So the quote goes, "Good comes to those who lend money generously and conduct their businesses fairly." So Mr. Olugu, this is our quote for the day. Do you see anything in line with what we are discussing today?
Sure.
Okay.
Good comes to
Those who lend money generously.
Well, it is true.
Okay.
Good hearts always receive the best. A clean heart always receives the best. And whatever you do, if the mindset or the motive behind it is genuine, it ends positive results, or you end positive stuffs at the end of it. Results, yeah. Conduct, that is how you run something. Yeah. If I, for one, if I'm not good in what I do, I can't run the businesses that I run well. So in running these businesses, there are two things that keeps me going, which is my tithe and then my communion service. My communion is a covenant between myself and God. And the me you see is the business that I run. You got to know me because of OJ.
Yeah.
Yes. So it's because of the business. So if it's because of business, then my business, aside God, is my life. Okay. So if I need to run my business well, then I need to portray the good conduct as we talked of. And in doing that, my tithe paying, and then handling or working with my colleagues or my staffs will determines that. So it runs with it.
Okay, so I guess you pay your employees very well, fairly.
Perfectly. My company, none of my companies can go on strike because of salary.
Wow.
And I always pray that never would that happen.
Okay.
Yes.
When you keep treating them fairly, when you keep looking after them very good, they also deliver for you.
You see, the kind of treat you give is what you receive back. So,
it's true.
My people, shout outs to them.
Wow.
Yes.
So, OJ
group of companies,
the
staff. Yes.
Shout out to you
shout
all.
Outs to them.
And I'm sure they will also celebrate you because
definitely
if
they
you
did.
treat them fairly, if you pay them very good, they also work from their heart.
Sure.
This is one of the gifts that
we receive.
we receive when you do things very right.
That is it.
All right. So, would you want to give a word of advice to anyone
Sure.
who is watching,
Sure.
especially the entrepreneurs
Sure.
that are giving up?
Sure. I want to tell every youth and every entrepreneur never to give up. I have this motivational quote in my room that I look up to every morning after my devotion. And I read, don't give up. Remain focused. Watch and pray.
Watch and pray.
There is a miracle ahead awaiting you. And that miracle is the brand you will be carrying tomorrow next, years to come, and in ages. That is it. Don't give up. Maybe today you might feel that what you are doing, people are not seeing it. Keep pushing. Because when I started, I told you, I've hugged on the street before. I sold tea-roll, toothpaste, Peps, and all those stuffs. I never gave up. I pushed on because I am looking to a particular mark. And until I hit that mark, I would never give up. So don't give up. The sky is not your limit, but it's your starting point.
Wow.
Because we would have to soar into the third heavens,
All right.
where heaven would recognize our names
All
in
right.
terms of business.
All right. So viewers, never give up. Okay. He also started from somewhere, and maybe your starting point is even far better from
Sure.
where he started, but he never gave up. He kept pushing himself because of a vision that he had.
Sure.
So would you want to give any shout out to?
Shout out.
And please hold on.
Okay.
Last week was his birthday.
Wow.
And we just want to use this opportunity to wish him a happy belated birthday.
Thank
And
you.
we love you so
Thank
much.
you.
I know my viewers too love you because this
Sure.
is the second time they are watching you on
Sure.
Joeve TV. And we are so grateful. And we thank God for your life. We celebrate you. We are part of the
Amen.
birthday.
Amen.
I was following you closely. I saw
Okay.
some of the pictures and I know that you really had fun.
Wow.
And
Sure.
we also thank God for your
Sure.
life.
Sure.
So you can go
Sure.
ahead with your
Right.
shout-out.
But my shout out, the first shout out goes to my grandmom and then my mother.
Wow.
Yes. Because they've been the greatest pillar of motivation.
Okay.
And then the next shout out will go to the big bosses I have looked up to. Because I
Wow.
have people I've looked up to.
Okay.
Yeah, when life turned its back, I had to consult and based on advice and all that. Yeah. So I have people that I looked up to, and indeed, they've never turned me down.
Okay.
Even on my status, if you watched, I posted a particular picture where I wrote, when physical and spiritual engineers meet.
Yes.
Very good.
You were three in the
We were
picture.
three. The one wearing the wine is a spiritual engineer.
Oh, okay.
I am also a spiritual engineer, but also a
All
physical
right.
engineer in
Okay.
addition. So the one in the middle is one of my greatest motivation.
Wow.
Yes, Engineer Dontin is one of my greatest motivation. Shout outs to him.
All right.
And then also to my lovely wife, to be.
Yeah.
I can't make mention of shout outs and then leave her out. I
Of
love her so
course.
much and I'm proud of her.
You're
Right.
always welcome. And thank you for honoring our invite. We are so much grateful. We are so much grateful.
Pleasure.
And viewers, this is how far time will allow us to go. And this has been the show, your lovely, the only financial show that you'll be getting such stories from. You won't get it anywhere. And this is the only show that will help you to be financially stable, both in your business and at home, in your pocket, everywhere you'll be financially stable when you keep watching this program. So thank you very much, and I really appreciate you. And let's meet here, same time, same day. That is every Saturday, 5:30 p.m. Just tune in to Joeve TV. I'll be right there. Love you. Bye.